Next is, did you and Brandon witness a wreck on the bridge that morning?
Oh, yeah, okay, now I remember. The days run together. Yes, a car hit the side rail, and we called FHP responded.
Okay. Did he attempt to call from his phone? Did it die or something like that?
That I don't know.
Were y'all in the same car together?
No, we're in separate cars.
Who was with you?
Nobody.
Who was with him?
Nobody.
Okay. Where were y'all headed to?
His boat.
Okay. And where's his boat kept at?
Island Cove Marina.
Where's that at?
Off of Brincus, first ridge of the right.
Like off of Wise Lane, I think it is. Is that Wise? You go across the bridge?
Go across the bridge from right.
Okay, yeah, I think that's Wise. Okay. All right. Do you know how cell towers work and how phones communicate with cell towers? Okay. What happens is your phone, well,
I'm sure
it's still communicating with the tower, even if it's in this building. Sure. It's telling us, that way it knows if you get a call, it picks up the tower with a string. Okay. And based off that, the tower can tell you what sector of the tower you're communicating with. I'm not an artist, so I'm going to try to draw this the best that I can. Let's say like the tower's right in the middle here, and that tower covers that much area.
Right.
So most towers have 3 different sides on it. So it'll kind of equal into a pie, like that. And it can tell you if you're on this sector, this sector, or this sector. And we have got all these things right here. I'll show you what it looks like. Are basically what I tried to draw. Like right here, at 9:05 in the morning,
right.
Your phone was communicating with this tower.
Gotcha.
And it was somewhere in this sector. Probably at your house.
Right.
This would apply to your house. Okay. Now, the phone that Brandon has, is it in your name? Okay. How does Zach know that you have a phone? He has a phone in your name?
No.
Okay. We don't plan on telling him nothing we talk about here goes back to Zach. And I hope you do us the same favor.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing needs to go back to Zach. I don't know how much trouble it would cost between you two, and we're not here to cause you into trouble.
That's fine.
With Zach. And I don't want no problems with Zach either. But when we started plotting all the phone calls that you and Taylor were making that day, there were some discrepancies in what you had told us.
Okay.
Okay. We know that you didn't go to Milton when you said you went to Milton.
We did go to Milton.
Not when you said you went though.
Oh, well, I don't know what.
You went that evening.
Oh, okay.
Around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Maybe you went to dinner out there or something.
We did go to dinner out there.
Who all went to dinner out there with you?
Me and Zach.
You and Zach. Okay. Where'd y'all eat at? Nothing good. I don't know about that. I have no reason to go to Santa Rosa County. No, I stay out on by the Walmart there on Blue Angel, and I have no reason to leave that area. Okay, so there are some discrepancies, but we'll go over that all with you here in a minute. We're just trying to get everything out here. How often do you talk to this Kyle Brett guy?
Probably a couple times a day.
And when I say talk, text, or voice.
Right.
Okay. Do you remember talking to him that day, on the 8th?
Probably.
Do you know what y'all would have spoke about?
Probably school or something.
Do you know if he was at home that day?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think he was fencing his house.
Who's his mom? Where does she stay? Now, who is Kyle's parents?
My aunt and uncle.
What's their names?
Karen and Britt.
Karen, Britt. And what's his name?
Carl.
Karen and Carl. Okay. Now, where do they stay?
Jacksonville.
Do they have any property here in Florida?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Florida, because Jacksonville is Florida. Any property here in Escambia County?
Yeah.
Okay, where's that at?
That is off of Beulah Road, too. Or, no, off of 297.
Okay. Now, do you travel out there a lot to their property?
Not a whole lot.
Do you travel more to their property or more to your aunt's property in Milton?
My aunt's property in Milton.
Okay. When's the last time you think you went out to the property of Beulah? Or 297, whatever you call it?
Probably a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Was Kyle there when you went? Okay. So you were just there. What was the purpose of going out there?
My aunt was here, and I thought I'd say hi to him.
Okay. Was she visiting? Okay. Dinner or just out to say hello?
We did brunch.
Okay. So you're out there early?
Yeah.
Mid-morning?
There's no phone.
All right. What is Kyle's number? Do you know off the top of your head by chance? Yeah, I couldn't tell you my wife's number if I had to. It's just saved this Anna in my phone. Do you know if it's a local number or if it's a long distance number?
I don't know either.
Do you call the aunt, is it your aunt, his parents? Do you call them? How often do you speak to them?
It just depends. I mean, one week we might talk 15, 20 times. The next week we might not talk for a week. It just depends on, you know.
Okay.
Here's some. Where's that other thing I want to show? Well, I want to go back to the cow stuff here for a minute. This right here. Is this that check you were talking about earlier?
This totally could be explained on what's what.
Yeah, that's why. I think this is we're trying. Do you know whose signature that is?
It says Taylor's name, but it doesn't really look like her signature.
Would you have maybe wrote her name on there by chance?
Probably not.
And look, if y'all are on the account together and you have permission to, well, that's what we're getting at is, did you have permission to?
Oh, I didn't. I mean, she told me to deposit all the checks that I deposited. There should be several others as well.
There's this one, right? You want to put that one in there? Is that clearly Taylor's signature?
I mean, it looks like it. Her signature is usually more bubbly.
But it's different. Obviously, those two signatures are different.
Oh, sure.
Correct.
But
you would agree with that, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How about this one? Is this one you would have put in there, you think?
Probably.
And what about that signature?
This is what her signature usually looks like. It's more bubbly.
These two seem more similar than this one to those, correct? That's why I was asking earlier if you've ever signed her name to something. Personally, I don't care if she's telling you can, that's fine.
I don't know, but I mean,
dealings with the bank.
She just, I mean, we are.
Well, is this your signature? To me, that looks more to that kind of writing. But again, I'm not a handwriting expert. I'll never claim to be a handwriting expert. But all these signatures are yours, correct?
Right.
Okay. Okay, that's just those ones. Sorry for the, again, it's not an issue with me. I just needed to if you wrote that, that's fine, I just need to know if you wrote it.
I didn't, but I don't know, I mean, it doesn't look like her signature to me either, but.
Did Zach have written her name on there?
Zach didn't use that account ever.
So,
I mean, I know that I deposited this.
okay. What happened to this money after you deposited it?
A lot of it I used because it was payment for the money that I had been given to her.
She knew that you were going to do that with that check?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that's fine, it's a joint account?
That's why we did the account like that.
So, what we did is we had the ability to plot all your phone calls for that day, where you were. Taylor. And it all starts at 9:05, okay? So 9:05, you're probably at home.
Right.
We got that one here. 8:15, you're probably at home. 9:05. 9:13. 9:15. And it's the same tower, just, well, it's a different tower because it's on the south side of your house. But what it does is there's 3 towers, and your phone will communicate with the one that's got the best signal.
Right.
And that's how it knows what. That's how you always know to drop a call. It looks like you're moving here. This may have been, I don't know where you may have been going, but it was 9:51. Do you know about what time y'all went over to your office after you picked her up? 10:13, you know where y'all may have been going. You know what's about what time you picked her up? Let me ask you that. It may be easier.
Probably, I thought it was about 10:30, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Then, for some reason, it didn't capture any more towers from 10:30 to 12:10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, at 12:10, you are in here.
Mm-hmm.
We know that your aunt and uncle and Kyle own the farm there on Britt Road.
Right.
And it's showing that you're probably near that farm, or if not, at that farm. And you're there when, this is the time when you're telling us that you're probably in Milton or headed towards Milton, because it's 12:10 in the afternoon.
We were still on the Beulah side then.
Yeah, but if you're at that Tom Thumb, it's going to be covering down here, not up here. The Tom Thumb is not covered by this tower. Okay. 12:10, 12:22, 12:46, you're still covering the farm. 12:47, 13:01, or sorry, 13:11, which is 1:11.
You recall who has been calling?
There's no telling. Like I get so many calls each day.
You're out here for quite a while. Then you leave around, at least at 13:44. Your phone's not communicating with the part of the tower that covers the road. What were y'all doing out there at this farm? So we know y'all were there.
We picked up some stuff that Taylor had there that
What was that?
that she had stored. Some kind of lockbox that she had.
Why would you not tell us that originally?
Because she asked me not to tell anyone ever.
That's not going to fly.
I gotcha.
Okay. Did you text Kyle that day asking if he was at home?
That I don't know. Probably not. I mean, he wouldn't care if I was there.
Would you have contacted anyone and asked if anyone else was going to be out there?
No.
When did you and Taylor take this safe lockbox out there?
A few weeks before.
Okay. And who has access to that lockbox?
She does.
What was in it?
That I don't know.
And so y'all left there, where'd y'all go?
probably...
Absolutely. You're trying to find closure.
No, I totally understand.
Do you go back out to this farm after y'all leave?
To put her box up?
I'm asking you, do you go back out to the farm after y'all leave?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, after that day was not that eventful for us.
Beg to differ. I beg to differ with you there. Was Mr. Beatty with y'all when y'all went out there?
No.
He wasn't with y'all?
He's not going to have any towers showing out there.
Not that I know of.
Okay. So it was just you and her?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else? Zach wasn't with you?
Mm-mm.
Did you call and have anyone come meet you out there, or text to come meet you out there?
No.
Okay.
So you leave, looks like maybe you go back to your house. I don't know where y'all go. This is at 157.
Right.
When you leave there, that's why it's important. When y'all leave there, where do y'all go?
I don't really know. I mean, like I said, it wasn't like, we were just really kind of riding around.
What was going through your mind at that time?
What do you mean?
What were you thinking about?
Nothing. No. It was just kind of like a regular day.
Regular day?
I mean, that...
If it's so regular, why wouldn't you tell us about this? Even if she didn't want you to tell us about it, we're working a missing person case where your friend for over a year is missing.
I honestly didn't think it was very important to this at all.
Why was the rest of the day important, though?
I mean, really, that whole day was not... I mean, like, us going to my office and then you guys...
I think something happened and you're trying to forget about it, personally. Okay. And that's fine. That's fine.
Here's the thing. You tell us that y'all went out to Milton and rode horses.
Right.
Honestly, did that happen?
Yes, it did.
So, you'll have cell tower hits.
There should be cell tower hits in Milton at some point in that day.
Not when you're having dinner with Zach.
No.
But after you left Beulah.
There should be.
There's none.
Well,
not you got there with Zach.
Phone calls.
Well, you have phone calls all day because here's your phone record.
Sure.
160 pages worth.
Oh, I understand.
All right, so you go back out there. When you say you're not sure if you went back out, probably didn't. You actually did go back out there at 2:45. And you're out there for quite a while again.
So, really, in essence, you spent, it seems like, at least a large portion of the majority of your day out here.
It really wasn't, though. I mean, we were...
Several hours.
Here and...
You're still there. And you're still there. Yeah, you're still there.
And look,
At the same time.
Yeah, there's two different phone calls. There's two different calls.
Gotcha.
So, like Chad said, you know, I feel there's a reason you don't want to tell us this, but the thing is, I know you're not a bad person, right? This is a person, you're someone who tells me that your friend goes in the hospital when you're going on a vacation, right, to probably one of the funnest cities in the southeast region. Would you agree? Right? Awesome. So you're going to this place that's going to be a blast with friends that are going to be fun to be around.
Oh, sure.
Right? And then you have one of your friends who goes to the hospital. Instead of you going out with other people who continue to go on and have fun, am I right?
Right.
Cassandra and Taylor. You say, you know what? My friend's more important. I'm going to the hospital with my friend.
Right.
Right? Not only did you do that, you told me that you went back to Pensacola, took care of business that you had no choice but to take care of. And instead of going on about your merry way, you drove back over here, back over to New Orleans to see your friend, to check on your friend. I can tell you now, I have probably very few, if any, friends that I would do that for.
Right.
Which tells me that you're probably a nicer person than I am. Right? And I believe that. I believe that story. I believe without a doubt that you went back just to check on your friend and to see how she was.
Sure.
And only a decent person would do that. Right? You have nothing, what do you have to gain by driving all the way back in
No, I agree.
So, you know, again, we're talking about a little baby boy who's missing his mom, and we need to let him know what happened.
I don't know what happened to her.
Let me ask this. Why did you go back out to that farm on Brent Road the next morning?
Maybe to feed horses? I don't know.
Was that something you normally do? Because we don't find you going back out there too many times.
No, it just depends on what they have going on.
So when's the last time you remember putting your eyes on Taylor?
When we were at my house.
That afternoon?
Right.
Or that early evening?
Right.
On the 8th. Not tonight, on the 8th.
You went to the Tatum's wedding, right?
Yes.
You and Zach.
Right.
And where was that at?
That was in Robertsville.
Okay. About what time was the wedding?
I don't know. I think it was an afternoon.
Did y'all stay for both the ceremony and a little bit for the reception?
That stayed the whole time. I didn't.
Do you know about what time you left?
That I don't know either. But it probably wasn't late.
What did you drive out there?
The Jeep.
What did Zach drive?
He rode back with, no, we drove the truck. He rode back with, Wilson.
So you left in the truck or the Jeep?
The Jeep.
Which Jeep?
Oh, you said you drove the truck out there. Sorry. I'm confused now.
I don't know. I don't really remember what we drove, but probably either the truck or the Jeep.
What vehicle did Ashley leave her personal property in at your house?
She had some in the Jeep and some in the truck.
What property did she have in the Jeep?
Her rings and stuff and...
In the Jeep?
Yeah, in a box, maybe.
What did she leave in the truck?
I don't know, maybe hats and some other stuff.
Have you collected all that property up?
Mm-hmm.
And you've given it back to Cassandra, or do you still have some of it?
No, I don't have any of it.
You've given everything back to Cassandra that was in the truck?
Definitely, yes.
Okay. Are those vehicles like really messy?
Depends on the day.
Do you recall if on those days those vehicles were filled with a bunch of stuff?
It's possible.
Okay.
When you're at the wedding, this is the tower your phone was bouncing off of, of course communicating with. Now, we did the same thing for Taylor's phone. Okay. This is the day of her disappearance.
Right.
She's either at your house or probably at her house at 9/11.
Right.
Because Cassandra said she didn't leave until closer to 10 o'clock. She called. Okay. So she had 2 phone calls at around 9/11. 9:13, she's still at the same house. Probably 9:48, she's at the same area. 10:10, same tower, same sector of the tower.
Right.
Okay. Could be your house or her house.
Right.
Probably her house. Because she calls either FHP or FDLE is who this number comes back to.
Okay.
It's a state phone. Do you remember making a phone call to one of them while you're all together?
No, but who knows?
All right. So the next morning, her phone, this is the day after she was disappeared.
Right.
Okay. At 2017, that's 8:17, the first phone call. Her phone is communicating with a tower that covers your house.
Okay.
Not her house, your house. Again, same tower.
Right.
Same place. 8:20, all these are incoming calls. They're not outgoing calls.
Right.
Same tower covering your house.
Right.
9/11, her phone's obviously moving, because it's over here off of 9 Mile and the interstate somewhere, somewhere in that area. Okay. Still moving, 7:53. 17:53, so the time goes backwards. It arrives back at your house later on that evening.
Right.
Okay. Your phone and her phone is communicating off the same tower, 8 minutes apart. Why do you have her phone, or why is she with you?
She wasn't with me, and I was unaware that I had her phone.
How did you get her phone?
I don't know that I have her phone. I mean, it could have been in the stuff that she had in the vehicle, but...
Here's the problem with that. You say you got a text message from her the evening of the 8th saying, hey, I'm okay, I just got to get away and get my head clear. That's not possible.
So the phone was...
You have her phone.
I don't have her phone.
Well, at that point, at that time, a text came from her phone to your phone, according to you, saying...
Well, I mean, that's what popped up on my phone.
What?
I mean, I had a message pop up on my phone.
How did her phone end up back in your truck?
That I don't know. I mean, that's what I mean. I don't know that it ever left. I just got her stuff and took it to Cass.
Well, supposedly she left with her phone because she sent you a text message. That's what you're saying.
She had 2 phones.
Okay, but the phone that she sent you a text message on is the same phone that tower ping's hitting off of.
It may be, but that I have no idea.
Where is Taylor at?
I have no
You
idea.
need to tell us where she's at.
I don't know where Taylor is. I don't have a clue.
Well, if you were put in a situation where someone pushed you to do something for whatever reason, maybe against your will, perhaps in self-defense, if something happened and you're scared, don't be scared. Okay, if something happened, like I said, you're not a bad person. You're not a career criminal. This is a person who's traveled across states to take care of a friend. If something happened, tell us.
I don't know where she is.
We have a detective talking to Kyle right now. We know you texted Kyle and asked him if he was at that farm on the 8th. Multiple times.
May have. I mean, I don't...
Then you withhold that information from us. The person who is trying to help a friend out, who cares for their friends, doesn't lie to the police when they are looking for them.
I didn't think that was...
Tell me what you did to her.
I didn't do anything to her.
Tell me what Zach did.
Somebody harmed her, and she's probably out of that farm.
Zach, it was never even around her.
Kyle.
Kyle's never been around her.
Brandon.
Never been around her.
So that leaves you.
So you're the only one that was with her on this day at this farm that you did not disclose to us.
I didn't do anything to
You
her.
say this, if she's at that farm, we're going to find her because we're executing a search warrant out there right now.
That's fine, but she's not going to be there.
Then where's she at?
I don't know where she is.
Where's her body at?
I don't know where she is.
She's dead, though. You
I
know
don't
that?
believe that. I don't
Ashley,
believe that at all.
the thing is we know that you had knowledge that phone was there because a text was sent to your phone from that phone. It was in your possession. It was at the same location. So either Taylor was sitting in your bedroom with you, right, texting you, and you somehow didn't know, and then stayed in your car with you and communicated with other individuals the entire next day, all the way out of the wedding, went to this wedding, was hiding in your car. There's no way humanly possible that you didn't have knowledge of the phone.
I don't.
The thing is, I think that you're concerned. I think that you're scared.
All right, we're back on the record. State of Florida versus Ashley McArthur, 17 CF 5844. Defendant is present with counsel. Assistant State Attorney is present. My understanding is we have a verdict. Anything from the state? Anything, Mr. Barry Barras?
No, Your Honor.
John Barras?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let me talk to everybody in the audience. Somebody out there is going to be unhappy. I don't know what the verdict is. But if there are people here, I know there are some family members and friends for Ms. McArthur, and presume that there are family members and friends for Taylor Wright. And I don't know, as I said, we're going to know in 5 minutes or less what the verdict is. But let's talk about your reactions. You may not be happy, but it's not a complete surprise whatever the verdict is. If there is anyone who is going to audibly react, then you need to go ahead and quietly step out now. You need to assume that it's the verdict you do not want. And if you think you would react, you need to step out now. I do not want this jury, who has been, as far as I can tell, a tremendous jury as far as attention and their willingness to serve and being on time, to feel any pressure from reactions from people in the crowd. Not to mention, I have the power of contempt over you. And that's not my goal today, is to hold people in contempt. But I do not want you reacting. Once you hear the verdict, if you decide you might be getting emotional, then you can quietly get up and quietly leave. Don't slam any doors. Don't outburst right outside the door. Does everybody understand the rules? This is very important. Okay. Having said that, let's bring the jury in. Do you have a pen, Renee? All right, and everybody may have a seat, and for the record, defendant is present with counsel, assistant state attorney is present. Are you Mr.? No. Who's my foreperson? Who's got the? Mr. Okay, thank you, sir. Mr., were y'all able to reach a verdict?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all I want you to do is to hand it to court security, okay? Thank you. I'm going to hand it to the clerk to publish.
Yes. In the Circuit Court in Forest, Gambia County, Florida, State of Florida versus Ashley Britt McArthur, case number 1717CF005844A. Verdict as to the charge in count 1, we the jury find the defendant Ashley McArthur guilty of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm as charged in the indictment. So say we all. David A. Faust, foreperson, dated August 30th, 2019.
Everybody can have a seat. Ms. Jensen, any reason we cannot move to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Barry Barossett.
No, Your Honor, there's only one sentence before we can impose.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Mr. Barry Barossett, do you or does Ms. McArthur want to say anything before I impose sentence?
Judge, the only thing I would offer in the court, just run this sentence concurrent with her other sentences she's already been sentenced to. That's it.
Okay, I just need all of you to stand. And Ms. McArthur, I'm going to ask you one question. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do. Okay. Ms. McArthur, I want to make sure that I ask you personally, do you want to say anything to the court? Okay. All right, then, Ashley McArthur, having been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury of your peers of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm, I am going to adjudicate you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to life with a mandatory minimum 25 years state prison for the firearm. That will be with credit for
327 days.
327 days. That will run concurrent with any other sentence that you are serving. I assume it's $518 fines and costs. Are there any other fines and costs? And anything else the state other than the 30 days? All right, and you have 30 days. The 518 will be reduced to a lien. And you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed for you. I wish you good luck.